your boy the Kryptonian Saiyan here, bringing you a One Piece chapter review. This time it's for chapter 28. Oh man, it's a lot to go over in this chapter. Oh man, I don't want to overthink it too much, but just from a war perspective, right? I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've got war books up here. I've got the 48 Laws of Power, and I've got the Art of War up here somewhere, but I don't see it right now. But just to get into it, this is the thing. Usopp is actually very clever. You know, one of the things that he does is he lays a trap and he puts oil to slick everything down. Very smart. You know, the guys slip. They've got the high ground. He's planning on using a slingshot. And, I mean, very smart, very clever. I mean, and Luffy even gives him credit for it, right? And this is the thing. You know that he's terrified, but he's sticking to his guns. It says a lot about him as a character. A lot. It says a lot about him as a man. But the other thing about this chapter is you can't exactly trust him, and not because he's a liar. He didn't think ahead of the time. The problem with the best laid plans is if you can't adjust the situation at hand, if you can't take into account every possible variable, there's no point in planning. And what Usopp forgets is that there's another port that these guys can dock on. He just assumed that because they saw them here, that's where they're going, but on reality they're going on the other side. And that's the brilliant thing about it, though. What idiot is going to bring their ships to the last place that you saw them at? Just natural. But again, that's probably why if he joins Luffy's crew, he's not going to be the leader. I don't know. Luffy's an idiot too, but so I don't know. We just have to see how that one goes. But here's the thing, right? As they're running, we find out that Kuro has killed like the other chick that was in there, right? Because Miss Kaya has gone to sleep because the exhaustion wore out. And the girl is just like, that he kills is like, yeah, Usopp was here causing all this trouble and he even said you were a pirate. And these are the glasses Miss Kaya got you because yours are slipping. Isn't she a thoughtful girl? And that's when he pulls out these knives and he just cuts her throat. And he says, I don't have to keep up this charade any longer. Like, that's, wow. Kuro. Badass. If I'm not mistaken, well, I guess Buggy did kill some people because he used those buggy balls. So I'm going to take that back. This is just the first panel I've seen where somebody's been, you know, killed over with blood leaking out of them. That's why I thought Buggy didn't kill anybody. So I'm going to take that back. But I will say this. I thought it was very interesting that Nami's first reaction was, these guys are trying to take my treasure. And if they were smart, when Django was telling them, like, ignore those two ships, they would have at least checked them out. Sent out a small scout team. They could have been risked because Nami has a lot of berries in there. A lot. So, I mean, their loss, I guess. But what I really enjoyed about this chapter more than anything else was we got to see Luffy's speed, and Luffy, I'm guessing, overshot it because at the end of the chapter we see Usopp and he's got a sling blade and he's taking on Django and his men. And I'm not sure how exactly that would go. Maybe Luffy ran so fast that he passed them without even realizing it. I don't know exactly what's happening here. I don't think Usopp will be the type of person to try and hog the glory for himself because he was scared shitless. You have these people who are willing to help you. Granted, Zoro's lost somewhere because, you know, Nami is about to fall and she falls into her own trap after saying you'd be an idiot to fall for this trap. And she basically gets Zoro to switch places because she pulls him down and uses him as an anchor in order to get up. Now, you have your most... I'm going to say Zoro's probably your best suited fighter, you know, because, you know, Luffy's a powerhouse, but he's the type you just let run out in front, and he's your vanguard type, you know, like you let him run out in front, do as much damage as possible. You know, that's obviously Zoro's job because he's first mate, but you know, that's just what Luffy's skill set's better suited for based off of what I've seen, because he doesn't seem like he's planning too much when he's fighting, you know, like He's just kind of taking it as it goes. You know, obviously he's the closer and the finisher, but you know, with Zoro, when I've seen Zoro in his fights, it's more calculated. So maybe Zoro's gonna pop up and have a bigger, you know, role, and then Luffy's gonna, you know, finish things off. But that's really it for this chapter, man. My chapter question for you is this: how many of you were surprised that Kuro, you know, cut the girl's throat so early and dropped this charade? I'm kind of split. On one hand, I expected him to do it because he's got nothing else to lose. But on the other hand, it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm somebody that loves seeing death on the page, but it's just something about that really just rubbed me the wrong way, man. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But that's it for this video. I apologize for getting up late, guys. I'll put this in the comment section too. But I apologize for getting up late. I basically uploaded like a whole volume of fairy tale reviews because I had not been reviewing fairy tale. I had gotten some inboxes and people asking me like, hey, what's going on? Where are the fairy tale reviews? So that's why I didn't do the One Piece review on time. On top of that, I had a job interview. So that's it for this review though, man. If you like anything I had to say, make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, and share. I'll greatly appreciate it, guys. But that's it. Thanks for watching Krypton.